so we're going to get started, fellas. Cool. Yeah, thank y'all again for your time and energy being here today. Thank you, Industrious. Thank you, Marwan, for having me. Just want to talk really briefly about intentions and intentional living and how it shows up for us through the perspective of flexibility, through attentiveness, and then ease. And that's all coming from the perspective of daily. I'll mention it again, as I mentioned it to you earlier. This is daily. This is our new book from my company, Esteem. And essentially what this book is, it helps you live a more accountable and intentional life, not from a perspective of annual, not from a perspective of even monthly, but from the perspective of a daily practice to help you live a more fulfilling and accountable life through intentions. And then we've also collaborated here with Wallace. So for you being here, they believe in wellness, music, and nature. For you being here, they will also be gifted a $25 gift card to the winner of the raffle. So if you haven't already, please put your name, email, and then your preferred topic as well.
I might win that.
There you go. There you go.
I think in the industrious contract it says
So this is going to be very interactive. You know, we're all here together, and I want to keep it interactive. So to start off, first off, how does intention seem to show up in your life? How does intention showing up for you?
Focus.
Focus?
What are you focusing on?
That's a good one. That's a good one, Daniel.
I think for me it comes down to a lot of planning.
Okay.
What's going on today, what's going on this week, prioritizing which of those things is most important.
Yeah, that's good. Anybody else want to share?
Remind me of the question, sorry.
So how does intention show up for you?
It's a great question. I'll take it in the specific terms.
Okay.
I'm a little bit more intentional as a person drinking water. I've switched out my water container to help empower me to drink 128 ounces that I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
That's an example, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. I mean, those are all good, and I think when it comes to intentions, it's important. For me, intentions are really shown up in a way of a goal and having something in mind that I have for myself. So what really started me on this journey started about 3 years ago. Actually, this month, 3 years ago, I moved out here from, so a little bit about me, my name is Wallace. I'm originally from Indianapolis, Indiana. I moved out to LA in 2020 during the middle of the pandemic. So we all know how that was out here and just everywhere around the world. But originally, before moving out here, I was in New York for 4 years. And I've been directing at that point for over 10, 11 years. And I wanted to move out here to really, I had a project out here in 2020, and I wanted to be out here to really connect with friends and family who I had been associated with and working with in Indianapolis prior to. And when I moved out here, I wanted to then have my son move out here with me as well. He's now 11 years old, and I've been directing for 15 years, but I knew that I couldn't be there and be with him at the same time. And so for me, during that transition, it was how could I spend more time with him and less time anywhere else, and still get work done, still be accountable, still be intentional, and still be me. And so I made a promise to myself, intentional promise to myself. It just came out of nowhere that I wanted to stop trading my time for me physically and then trade my time and resources for my mind. And that was the intention. That was the intention. How do I do that? I didn't know. But that's what set me on a course to get where I am now and here. It was just that intention. And so with that came the daily and creating something that would really hold me accountable as I move from, making that transition to having my son out here was important. I actually had something to keep me accountable and also to kept me focused and on my goal. And brief story just about intentionality and the way it's showing up. Just the other day, I was at Whole Foods, working at Whole Foods, and I just got off a Zoom call, and there was a bee right below me, just going against this window, this glass pane, just kept going towards it, and I realized it. And once I realized the buzzing sound, I looked at it and I realized that it was trying to go free, it was trying to go forward, it was trying to go ahead in life. And I saw that there was an opportunity for me to help. there were slits right there in between the glass panes, which I hadn't even noticed prior to. That's where intention shows up. And so I took the book that I had, which actually was a daily, and I kind of nudged it over so it could get through the glass pane, and it went over to the left when it first got. I nudged it over again, and it finally made it through. And I never saw the bee again. This is 3 days ago. I may see the bee in the future, but to this point, I haven't seen that bee yet. And what that is for me, that actually does show.
It's right there.
There you go.
I'm just kidding.
There you go. I found it. We found it, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
circle.
It's right there. But what I took away from that was there was 2 things: intentionality and help. And if the bee had just been there on the pane and not moving at all, I would have thought to myself, okay, it's not trying to go anywhere. It doesn't have a particular goal. But because I did see it was actually headed in the direction, but it just couldn't get there, that's where my help came in. I saw that because you were intentional, I can come in now and offer my service of help, which was just to get you through there, through the glass, and get you beyond to the point of where you wanted to go. And that's really how intentional living shows up. It shows up when you stop standing where you are and actually start making strides towards where you want to go. And I've noticed that when you do that, you actually, the world just decides to help you. The world decides to pick up where you are and help you get to where you're going. And that's how intentional living shows up with flexibility. That's how it shows up with attentiveness. And that's how it really shows up with ease. And with that being said, it's important that when you do find intentionality within one of those focuses and one of those frames, you know, there's a quote that I love: how you do one thing is how you do all things. And with that, when you have intentionality in your focus, when you have it in your flexibility, when you have it in your intentions, everything else leads itself to more intentions along the way. And you find people on the way willing to help you and ready to help you. And that's what intentional living really does for you, it does for the world. So yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So I want to just open the floor, and that was my speech. And so I just wanted to open the floor, just ask a brief question of how will you use intentions to move from this moment here into your next moment, into your next goal. Anybody want to share?
I think asking for help.
Yeah.
Knowing who to ask, knowing that it's okay to ask for that help,
Yeah, 100%.
and need it sometimes.
Yeah.
We might not know what's blocking us.
Yeah. So he said, ask for help. We may not need it. We may not know we need it sometimes, but it helps to ask for help. That's a good one. Thank you, Daniel.
I would say living in the moment, and it might be easier said than done. But Giannis Antetokounmpo, which you guys probably know, like a basketball player in San Francisco, was where like you're tied into the future when you're thinking about your ego necessarily, and then you're tied into your past when you're thinking of like emotions and past traumas and everything of the sort. So trying to hold myself to live in the present, and because the future's not promised, I'm taking it one day at a time. But hopefully I can apply this in the same way I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
Of course, the tallest person has a basketball.
I actually thought that song.
That's hilarious. Anybody else want to share one more?
I was gonna say I actually really appreciate this bee story. You know, you had to know the bee was trying to leave in order to help it. And
Yeah.
I think one thing that I get stuck on is I want to work on something, right? I don't necessarily always help people right away, but people have to know that in order to help. You have to be intentional about doing those things so people know where you're going, and also being intentional about telling people about that, so that the world can find out.
Yeah.
This is someone who could use some help, or this is something that's going on.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
Well,
what I mean.
well, let's practice intentions right now. Is there anything we can help you with?
Man, that's a good question. I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Unless you have any suggestions for something, but.
Well, I'll ask if I can help anyone here. Can I get anyone a drink? To start.
Yeah.
Good, thank you.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Well, thank y'all again for your time. That's all I have. I'm Jeremy. And if you haven't yet, please sign up for the opportunity to win a daily. helps with intentional living, and then also too, we'll be giving a $25 gift card to Target. So if you have a sign, hey, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Give them mine, just your name and email, and then we'll get you a raffle for $25 gift card, which I will start preparing now. Daniel, I know you got the leave, so I'll give you tomorrow one if you win or anything like that.
Well, Daniel, he said if he wins, he'll just get a
There you go. There you go. I got that figured out. So,
Yeah, right.
you all have any questions for me?
I'm curious about what's in the data. I didn't get a chance to look at it to see what's going on there.
Oh yeah. Let's take a look.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you again. Thank
I'll
you.
be back in a little bit.
Okay.
Just quickly run through it.